Okay, new level, new cutscene, new Coke, Bill Cosby. Here we go. What's happening? Is someone supposed to be here? Am I talking to myself? What's going on?
That doesn't sound right.
Am I talking to myself?
Really that lax?
Is this a glitch? Is this a glitch right off the fucking bat? What the hell is this? I think that's...
What is that supposed
What
to
is what supposed to mean? What the fuck are you talking about? When I heard there was a new Mirror's Edge game coming out, I honestly didn't know how to feel. I played the original Mirror's Edge ages ago, back when fucking electricity was first discovered, and the only thing I remember about it is that it was short, it had guns, and it had running. I remember enjoying it, but apparently I didn't enjoy it enough for it to stick in my memory, because those three things are literally all I remember about it. But we ain't talking about Mirror's Edge 1. We're talking about Mirror's Edge 2, or excuse me, apparently it's Mirror's Edge Catalyst, because apparently video game publishers have some kind of fucking vendetta against numbers. Seriously, the only upcoming game that I can think of that has a number in it is Battlefield 1, and it's only being called that because it's taking place in World War I. Yeah, I get it, very clever. The story of Mirror's Edge Catalyst is that there's this girl called Faith who was thrown in jail for 2 years because she was running on rooftops and beating up security guards, and then she got out of prison and resumed running on rooftops and beating up security guards. What do you know? The legend continues. There's this asshole called Kruger who's basically future Hitler, and at first you don't want to take him down, and then you do, and yeah. The story isn't that great, to be honest. The characters aren't really all that interesting, and the writing is kind of bland. It's not necessarily bad, but, well, by the end I had sort of lost interest. Just like I lose interest whenever my girlfriend starts saying a bunch of bullshit like, we've been over for 1.5 years now and I have to stop bugging her and move on with my life. Women, am I right, guys? I miss you so much. The gameplay is similar to how it was in the first Mirror's Edge, except now it's open world instead of linear, and there are no guns anymore, which honestly I wasn't too pleased about. I remember people complaining about how the guns didn't work well with the rest of the gameplay, but honestly, removing the mechanic altogether may not have been the best move, especially considering the fighting system it got replaced with. I mean, it's flashy, but it's pretty shallow and kind of easy to exploit. Whoa, these guys look pretty tough. I'd better be really careful, or I could just kick them into the wall. Yeah, that works too. But the story, the combat, they're not the reasons why we're here. We're here to do some hardcore parkour! And by that I mean fall off the top of the building like 40 times. The running mechanics are like they were in the first game, and they work pretty well. Keeping your momentum up can be tricky but satisfying if you do it. And oh boy howdy, you'd better hope that you do like the parkour, because that's pretty much what the whole game is based around. Like in any open world game these days, there are a shit ton of collectibles and side things that you can do, and in this case they pretty much all revolve around the parkour. Not that that's a bad thing, like I said, it works well, but I found it got kinda repetitive towards the end. Okay, I'm fully aware that I am being too harsh on this game, but give me a break. I've had an awful cold for the past 3 or 4 days, I've barely got any sleep, and I'm in a grumpy mood. Grumpy jum. Grump jum. Jum grump. Subscribe. I know I've given off the impression that I dislike this game, but I really don't. I think it's definitely flawed, but there's good stuff in it too. The game actually has some pretty cool set pieces, and I know I did say that the writing was kinda bland, but, well, that's not to say it didn't have its moments.
Sure. Don't go anywhere. because he's locked up. So he can't go anywhere. Oh shit. Ultimately, it's a pretty harmless game. There's nothing really awful about it, but there's also nothing absolutely amazing about it either. I had some fun with it, but by the end I was just sort of rushing through the story and not caring about the collectibles or stuff like that. Is it worth a buy? Maybe. If you played the original Mirror's Edge and enjoyed it just because of the parkour stuff, then Mirror's Edge Catalyst has got you covered. But if that's not enough for you, yeah, I don't know, maybe wait until the price drops a bit. The gameplay is mostly fun, but it's not really something I would play more than once, unless I had a real craving for falling off of a building in first person, which does sometimes happen. Mirror's Edge Catalyst gets a parkour out of something funny. I don't know, I'm fucking sick, leave me alone.